Greetings. This is Ham Radio GMRS Test and Review. My name is Dave, my call sign is N8DAV, and the motto for my channel is one test is worth 1,000 expert opinions. Today, I'm curious, have any of you wanted to get onto the 900 megahertz band, or in other words, the 33 centimeter band? Well, I'll tell you, I have been wanting to get onto that band for over a year, and I've been trying very, very hard to find an inexpensive way to get onto that band, and I have not been able to find any. What I've been able to do is, first of all, I had to go out and find a repeater that was close to me. That was pretty easy. I mean, Repeater Book had what I needed, and I found out through a lot more research that that particular repeater is linked to several other repeaters of actually a rather large network here in Arizona. If you like my content, please consider subscribing to my channel. I would really appreciate that. And if you want to be notified of any more videos that I put out, please click the subscribe. After you click the subscribe button, please click on the bell icon. That way you'll be notified every time I release a video. I average about 2 videos a week, so actually I think that's a lot more content than a lot of creators are putting out. So anyway, I would really appreciate all that. It helps the algorithm recognize my channel as being a good one, and I think that it's a pretty good channel. So anyway, I appreciate the support. Thank you very much. So this interlinked network is linked into California, Nevada, and Alaska, as well as having quite a few repeaters all over Arizona. So this is a network I would love to have access to. And so what I did is I started buying a couple of Motorola radios that were capable of being reprogrammed and repurposed from the 800 megahertz band onto the 900 megahertz band. And so what happened is that I thought that the digital mode on the Motorola radios would be compatible with the digital mode on the local repeater. And unfortunately, it is not. I tried very hard to get them to talk to each other, and unfortunately, they do not talk to each other. So I did waste a little bit of money, not much, on a couple of old Motorola radios, and I was able to get the programming software for free and programming cable for a few dollars. So I didn't waste too much money, but and now at this point, I don't know what to do with the Motorola radios at all. All right, so here's what I ended up doing. I started looking into getting transverters so I can convert one of my UHF radios to transmit onto the 900 megahertz band. And, all that stuff's pretty expensive. To find a radio that natively, a ham radio that natively transmits on FM on 900 megahertz is rather tough. It's not that they were never made. Nobody makes them at the moment. But the radios that were made are very hard to find. People are hanging on to them, they're using them, or whatever, but they're not easy to find at all. Alinco made an HT. Kenwood made a few mobile radios, as well as Motorola made some HTs. But unfortunately, Motorola doesn't make them in FM. Now, one particular model of Motorola HT that does FM and 900 megahertz is so rare and so hard to find that it's like $250 or so on eBay for one. And that was a little too much money for what I wanted to spend just to find out whether I could get onto the 900 megahertz repeater over here or not. So that's been very, very, very tough for me to find an inexpensive way to get in. However, I just found a way to get in, and I will tell you what it is. It is the Retevis RT10 HT. Now this RT10 HT uses the standard K connector, but but you need to use the free CPS software that you download from Retevis. The software is not bad. It's actually pretty good. It's not chirp, but it's definitely not a bad piece of software at all to work with. This radio you cannot program, of course, from the front panel because there is no front panel to record, to configure. But it does have your on-off volume and channel change knob, and it does tell you what channel you're on. Oops, got to turn it on.
Power on. Zone 1. 3.
So it's in Zone 1, Channel 3.
2.
Channel 2.
1.
Channel 1. All right, so what I did was I took this radio, and this is not the stock antenna that comes with it. This is one of the antennas from one of the Motorola radios that I used. I tested it out, and it seems to be just a tad bit better on frequency than the antenna that came with it. But the antenna that came with it really wasn't bad. I did a little analysis with the Nano VNA, and they're both very similar SWR, but this one just a little bit better. And of course the curve on the 900 megahertz band just a little bit better on this one than on the other one, but not enough, I don't think, to really make a heck of a lot of difference. But I decided to run the Motorola antenna anyway. But what I found out is that I stuck one of these antennas onto a mag mount, and then I drove around my city all over the place, and I was able to get to that repeater and two other repeaters that were fairly distant from me. So I'm really happy that I can hit 3 different repeaters from my mobile, not here at my house, but from my mobile, using just this HT antenna. So I figure if I get a better antenna on my vehicle and a decent base station antenna, I should be able to get onto that 900 megahertz linked system pretty regularly and pretty easily. So so far, this is working out pretty good. One of these Retevis RT10s does go for about $95, I think I paid for it, 95, 97, something like that. It's just right around $100. And is this radio worth it? Well, for getting on the 900 band, for me, it's worth it because I want to be on the 900 band, the 33 centimeter band. I have been wanting to get on that for so long, and I've been wanting to monitor the band also for the longest time. And now I can do that with this radio. So I've only programmed in 4 different repeaters, and I've been able to hit 3 of the 4, and that makes me very, very happy. I'm hoping that with a better antenna on my shack and on my car, I will be able to hit all 4 repeaters, which are all within what I consider range of me. One thing you should know about this radio, it's only 1.2 watts. So going through obstructions is not that great. If you have clear line of sight, much better. 1.2 watts is actually quite enough to do almost anything that you want with it, except for, you're not going to get the range of, let's say, 70 centimeter 400 megahertz band, or even 2 meter, the 140 megahertz band. So listen, this thing works, and it works pretty good. I get some good signal reports, except for a little bit of static coming in. But guess what? I don't care. If people can hear me and understand me, that's great. Be right back. So I've tested every single antenna that I own that says that it is 900 megahertz compatible. Most of them say 900 megahertz receive only, not for transmit. And for the most part, that is correct. The only antenna that I have that transmits well is the stock antenna, but the one that does better is the Motorola antenna that was designed specifically for transmitting on 900 megahertz. Now, I don't know if this antenna is designed for that or not. I assume so, since it came with the radio, but there's no markings on it whatsoever. There's no way to tell if it really is designed for 900 megahertz. But It seems to be resonant on there, so well, I shouldn't say resonant. It seems to have decent characteristics on the 900 megahertz band, almost as good as the Motorola antenna that I have. So I'm keeping the Motorola antenna on there for right now. I'll play around with the Motorola a little bit more with the with it being put on my my truck and my SUV, and then I'll play around with it, driving around town a little bit, seeing if I can get through. I can get through for the most part on the local repeater, and like I said, with this particular antenna, I can get out on some others as well. So I'm really happy with that so far. I'm hoping maybe I can find myself a little RF amplifier that I can stick on here, which might bring me up from, let's say, 1.2 watts, which is what it's rated at, to maybe 5 or 4, maybe 6 or 10, who knows. Just going to try. I mean, it can't hurt anything to try. And so I'm still experimenting, but if you guys want to get on the 900 megahertz or 33 centimeter band, then I really highly recommend this RT10. It's a pretty good little radio. I mean, it's solid, and Retevis makes it. So so far, I've been very happy with my Retevis HT, the RA89, and I'm also happy with my Retevis mobile unit, the RT95, and now this RT10. So, by the way, this is sold as a business radio because it does do P25 on the 900 megahertz band, and it also has encryption, and it has all the stuff that a regular business radio has. The big difference is it's got the FM mode, and that's what you need to easily get on the 900 megahertz repeaters. Now, not some other repeaters also do P25, and that's something I'm going to try and program into this at some point and see if I can get in on the repeater on P25 as well. But the Motorola radios that I had that did P25 for some reason weren't compatible, or maybe it was just me, I wasn't configuring them correctly, but I think I did. Anyway, that's it for getting onto the 900 megahertz band inexpensively and easily. All right, so my name is Dave. My YouTube channel is called Ham Radio GMRS Test and Review. And the motto for my channel is one test is worth 1,000 expert opinions. And so far, I'm getting on the 900 megahertz band. All right, so I hope you guys too. Also, I hope that you can find yourself a repeater nearby and get yourself going. All right, and if you ever get on that, what was it called? What was it? 900 Southwestern. Here we go. Southwest900network.org. If you can get on there, guess what? Text me, email me, anything through my channel, and we can talk. We can talk over the 900 network. All right? All right, so if you're in Arizona, Nevada, California, or Alaska, get on the 900 megahertz band. Let's get to talking, man. Let's cross antennas and let's say hi to each other, all right? All right, this is Dave with Ham Radio GMRS Test and Review saying 73, and so long.